Target * 8 to 10 minutes. Hook * he was so broke he sold his dog for $50 outside a liquor store. 2 weeks later, he wrote a movie in 3 days that would make him a legend. And the first thing he did with his money was buy the dog back. Broke. Evicted. Sleeping in a bus station. And selling his best friend for $50 to buy food. This is the come-up of Sylvester Stallone. The come-up, Sylvester Stallone, selling his dog. Sylvester Stallone was born on July 6, 1946, in Hell's Kitchen, New York City. The name isn't metaphor. Hell's Kitchen was one of the roughest neighborhoods in Manhattan. His birth was traumatic. Forceps severed a nerve in his face, leaving him with the drooping lip and slurred speech that would become his trademark and his curse. For years, casting directors told him he looked and sounded wrong for leading roles. He grew up in a troubled home. His parents divorced when he was young. His father was volatile. His mother ran a women's gym in Philadelphia. Stallone bounced between schools, got into fights, struggled academically. He went to college at the University of Miami on a drama scholarship, but dropped out to pursue acting in New York City. And that's when the real struggle began. For years, Stallone auditioned for anything and everything. He got tiny roles: a subway thug in Bananas, a diner customer in The Lords of Flatbush. He was so broke he was evicted from his apartment. He slept in a bus station for 3 weeks. He took a job cleaning lion cages at the zoo. He worked as an usher at a movie theater just to watch films and study them. And then came the lowest point. It was 1975. Stallone was broke. Not eating ramen, broke, genuinely, desperately broke. No money for rent. No money for food. He had a dog. A bull mastiff named Butkus. His only friend in the world. And he sold Butkus for $50 outside a liquor store. He stood on the street, holding a leash, and sold his dog to a stranger because he couldn't afford to feed him. 3 weeks later, Stallone was watching a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. Wepner was a nobody, a club fighter from Bayonne, New Jersey. He wasn't supposed to last 2 rounds against Ali. He lasted 15. He even knocked Ali down in the 9th round. He lost, but he went the distance with the greatest boxer alive. Stallone watched this and something clicked. An underdog. A nobody who refuses to quit. Who goes the distance even though everyone knows he's going to lose. He went home and wrote the script for Rocky in 3 days. 3 days. 80 pages. The story of a small-time boxer from Philadelphia who gets a shot at the heavyweight championship. The script was raw, emotional, and real because it was his life. The struggle, the poverty, the refusal to quit. Rocky Balboa was Sylvester Stallone. And Hollywood wanted it. Studios offered him big money. Irwin Winkler and Robert Chardoff wanted to produce it. United Artists wanted to distribute it. But there was a catch: they didn't want Stallone to star in it. They wanted a real star. Burt Reynolds. Robert Redford. James Caan. Ryan O'Neal. Someone bankable. They offered Stallone $75,000 for the script. Then $125,000. Then $265,000. Then $360,000. All he had to do was sell the script and walk away. He said no. He was broke. He had sold his dog. He had no money, no prospects, and no reason to believe he'd ever get another chance. And he said no. The only condition he would accept: he had to play Rocky. They finally agreed. They gave him $20,000 for the script and a percentage of the gross. They gave him a starring role. The budget was $1.1 million, pocket change for a feature film, even in 1976. Rocky was filmed in 28 days. Stallone wrote the script, starred in the movie, and was on set every day. The crew worked long hours. The budget was so tight they used real Philadelphia locations instead of sets. The famous scene where Rocky runs up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art? That wasn't planned. Stallone just ran up the steps during a break and they filmed it. The movie premiered on November 21, 1976. Nobody expected anything. It made $225 million worldwide on a $1.1 million budget. It was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and won 3, Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Film Editing. Stallone was nominated for Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay. He was only the third person in history to be nominated for both in the same film after Charlie Chaplin and Orson Welles. And the very first thing Stallone did when he got paid? He tracked down the man who bought Butkus. He offered him $15,000, 300 times what he sold the dog for. The man refused. Stallone kept raising the offer. Eventually, he got his dog back for a reported $15,000 and a role for the new owner in Rocky II. Stallone went on to build one of the most iconic careers in Hollywood history. Rocky became a franchise, 6 sequels spanning 4 decades. Rambo became a cultural phenomenon. The Expendables brought together action stars from every era. In 2015, at 69 years old, he was nominated for an Academy Award again for Creed, playing Rocky Balboa one last time, as a mentor to a new generation. The man who couldn't get a callback became one of the most recognizable faces on the planet. The man who sold his dog for $50 built a career worth hundreds of millions. And through all of it, the highs and the lows, the comebacks and the failures, the thing that defined him was the same thing that defined Rocky: he refused to quit. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. He wrote that line about himself. The world will test you. It will take everything from you: your money, your home, even your dog. And the only question that matters is, what do you do next? Do you take the money and walk away? Or do you bet on yourself? Stallone bet on himself when he had nothing. He turned down $360,000 when he was sleeping in a bus station. Not because he was arrogant, because he knew that if he didn't play Rocky, the role of a lifetime would belong to someone else. Know your worth. Then insist on it. That was Sylvester Stallone's come up. From a bus station to an Oscar nomination, with a dog named Butkus in between. Subscribe for more stories. Next, an aerobics instructor who built a $4 billion fighting empire. The come up. Before they were legends, ***.